So let me try to summarize all of them, then we continue. Relationship in Access database design is just like all the relationships you know already. And we have three main types that we'll talk about. One-to-many. One-to-many is where one record and one table can be linked to only one record in another table. So we have two tables like this. One record links to only one record. Then we have one-to-one. I give you an example where one-to-one relationship comes in. A typical example is where we have, let's say, one big table and we want to break that same table into two. Sometimes the reason will be that part of information in that same table is not to be consumed by all people. So we may want to break the table. Maybe some part of the information in the table is more. Yes, sir.
Please, the recording symbol is not showing.
The screen is not showing.
The recording symbol, which shows that you are recording the class.
It's recording.
Okay, please.
Yeah, I'm recording it. Yeah, I'm recording it. The one I started recording, because the system went off, I've lost it. So I'm trying to give a recap. So I'm doing a new recording, so it will capture that one. So one-to-one, same table, maybe part of the information in the table is confidential. So we are breaking the table, and then one side of the table contains the more confidential data, so that we can assign higher level privileges. Not everybody can access such information unless you have the privileges to do so. So technically speaking, it's the same table that we have broken into two. So we join them with one-to-one relationship. So one-to-one relationship is not that common. One-to-many relationship is the most common type of relationship. And we used the tables we did to illustrate that example. When we come to database tools, you will see relationships here, and then you will see that the relationship between faculty and department is one-to-many. One faculty is linked with many departments. One faculty can be linked with one or more departments, but any one department is linked with only one faculty at any time. And I explained to you that we do the relationship left to right and right to left. So left to right, you will get one-to-many, and then right to left, you get one-to-one. The higher number reigns, so it becomes one-to-many in the end. Okay, and then we can also have many-to-many relationship. We can have many-to-many relationship. Many-to-many relationship is where one record in this table, for example, one record here matches with many records. So we'll have one-to-many. One-to-many. So we have done accessing from left to right. Then when we are doing right to left, one record here in this table also matches with, so one here also matches with many. So we have two one-to-manys. One-to-many here, one-to-many. One-to-many from left to right, and one-to-many from right to left. That gives us many-to-many. Many-to-many. Which situations can give rise to many-to-many relationship? Let's try to complete. In fact, yesterday we tried to list all the possible entities that we can have in our database we are trying to do. We did student, we did faculty, we did department. Let's look at courses. So we can create the course table right now. Let's do all of them together. We don't have much time. So I will come to the Create tab and click on Table. To create a table, move to Design, View, and give it a customized name. Let me call it Course Table. So we created a course table. Let's call the primary key field, let's name it course ID, and it should be auto number. The attributes, so this table should be a single purpose table. It should describe only courses. So when I ask you to describe, say the things that make up a course, you cannot bring in other things that don't make up a course. That will actually violate the principles of normalization. So what are some of the things that will describe a course? What are some of the attributes about course that we need to put here as field names? Yes.
Yep.
Please, when you start to talk, you tell me your name. Okay. I am tracking how many people are participating meaningfully, and then I have some marks I give to students for that purpose.
Nancy, the course name.
Okay, Nancy, course name. Course name. Course name, which data type is appropriate? It's a question, you respond quickly. Which data type is appropriate to be assigned to course name?
Short text.
Short text. Good. Okay, short text. Course name. I think normally they say course title, so I'll come and change it to title. I don't think a course title can consume the whole of the 255 characters assigned. So let's truncate it. Let's give it like 50 characters. Yeah, course name cannot be longer than 50 characters. And then let's change the name to title. I think officially here in the university they use course title more than course name. Course title. What again? Nancy gave us course title. What are you also saying? Course code, right? Yeah, course code. I think the code comes before the title. So let me insert row above and put a code here. It doesn't really matter. In relational database, the order of rows don't matter, because when you are building your report, you can pull them in any order you want them. But I just want to follow tradition. So course code. Course code should be assigned which data type? Short text. Okay, so short text. Normally the codes are not plenty, so let's give it 10. I don't think any course code can go beyond 10 characters. 10 is okay. And then, okay, we didn't set the properties, the field properties. Course code should be required. We can't create a course without having a code for it. And of course, the course title too should also be a required field. Otherwise, you can have a case where someone who is not too careful can create a course without course code or course title. So we have set them to required. Of course, we can also maintain the convention of making it all of them caps, because that's what we did for the previous one. So let's maintain that consistency. Okay. What about it again? That if we add, we'll still be describing course and not any other thing. I think these are the two main things that will describe a course: course code, course title. For some designs, you might.
Can we add course lecturer?
Can we add what?
Course lecturer.
Course lecturer. The lecturer is not a description of a course. The lecturer is a whole entity on itself. So that's the idea behind relational database. So let the lecturer have their own table, and then you can later link them to courses. We know students take courses, but we have set up student table. We didn't add their courses in that table. So we are setting courses here. We can later make the two tables communicate. Do you get that idea?
Yes, miss.
Because there is the flexibility of creating relationships among tables for the tables to communicate with themselves. The cardinal principle in relational database design is to make every table store information on single subject matter. So the table has to be a single purpose table. So if you bring lecturers here, you are making it multiple purpose table. And it's a violation of second normal form principle. Okay, I hope that is good. So we'll leave it like this. These are the things that describe course and makes it a single purpose table. So course title, course code, that's okay. So we can save and close it. Right? And let's try to look at the newly created table, course. The relationship it could have with the existing tables. We can readily identify that course will have a relationship with student, right? Course will have a relationship with department. These are the direct tables these are the tables that the course table can have direct relationship with. It might not have so much relationship with college because the department takes the courses, so you don't relate them to the college. For example, we don't normally see it from the college level. So College of Humanities and Legal Studies courses for that college. That's not how we speak it. But when we say Department of Accounting, we can ask what are the courses that they run. Okay, so there is a relationship between course and department, course and student. And the relationship is that between course and students, the courses are read by the students and the students read the courses. That's the relationship between them. That's the relationship between them. Course, student. Courses are read by students. Students read courses. This is a relationship. So this is a relationship model. And then we will talk about cardinality. Cardinality is the numbers involved in. I've described the bare form of the relationship. Courses are read by students. Students read courses. But what are the numbers involved? Is it one to many? One to one? Many to many? That's what is referred to as cardinality. So when you are reading and you hear of cardinality, don't see it to be any strange thing. Normally it comes to you like that because you guys don't like reading. So that's it. Courses and table. I want someone to volunteer based on the assessment we have done so far. Someone to attempt to describe the relationship that exists between courses and students or students and courses. If you get it correct, I have 2 marks for you. My TA is around, so I'll make him record right away. So who is ready? You mention your name. I give you the chance to talk. Nobody is ready. Who is ready?
Sir, please, I want to try.
The name again.
Dora.
Nancy.
Dora.
Okay, Dora. Dora, try.
Okay, I think the relationship that exists between them is many to many.
Okay, so try to help us to understand how the relationship is many to
Okay.
many.
When we take the course, one course can be studied by many students.
Okay, so I'm trying to model your relationship. So from here, from course, let me pick a different pen. Let me pick a red pen. So from course to students, one course
Yes.
can be read by many students. That is good. That is correct. And then, from the reverse side,
one student can study multiple, like many courses.
good. One student can be reading one or more courses. So you have
Yes.
one to many from left to right and one to many again from right to left. So you end up getting many to many. This is 100%. What's your full name?
Dora Mensa.
Okay, so Dora Mensa. Let me try to set up a spreadsheet for that work. Lord, create a list of you. With me, I'm on any meaningful title. So you can create new. Excellent. It's quite tortuous. Okay, so the name is, you said Dora, right? Dora Manson.
Yes, please.
Okay, so are you the only Dora Manson in class?
Yes.
Okay, that's okay. So thank you, Dora, for that answer. In fact, what Dora said is 100% correct, so there is no need for me to repeat it. That's one-to-many relationship. One course can be assigned to many students. So a single course, if you go to the student table, one record, let's say the course name is ACC, course title is ACC 204, course title is Accounting, Computer Applications and Accounting. That record, that single course, it can be assigned to as many as 280 students. That's 287. That's the number I have now, and I know it can even be more than that. There are some of you who have not yet been captured on the university system, so you are not showing. So even if you take it 280, ACC 204 is just one course in the course table. It is assigned. It will be linked with, if you come to the student table, you will have Dora Mensa, you will have Veronica, you will have Fresho, you will have this one course. Let me try to do it here. So we'll have something like this. Course table, like ACC 204. It's one course. We can have ACC 202 and so on and so forth. And then we have the student table here. Maybe the records here, we have Dora, we have Vero, we have a whole other things. This course, ACC 204, will be linked to Dora. The same course will be linked to Vero. The same course will be linked to Fresho. The same course will be linked to all of you. Yes, please come in.
Friday. Thank you.
Thank you too. So, are you understanding what I'm trying to show you on screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that's how the relationship works. So we can understand that from the course, just one record here. So that's how can we have one here, and then we can see many here, one to many. Then we come to also look at it from here. We take just one record here. So we can take Dora, for example. one record here. Dora is one record in the student table. Dora could be reading ACC 204. Same Dora could be reading ACC 202. What other course do you do? ACC what? Let's say ACC is CC something. Dora could be assigned to. So you see that here too it is one Dora or one record assigned to many courses. So you have one to many, making it many to many. Okay, any questions on the relationship so far? I have explained the three types of relationships: one to many, one to one, many to many. Any questions? Okay, no questions. So let's try to see how it is modeled. The fact is, many to many relationships cannot be modeled straight away like one to many. You remember, let's go back to our access. You remember that when I did a lookup, when I said that from the department table, when I get to this, we said that department, the description of department is, apart from the department ID, the department name, the faculty that the department belongs, and then the college. That's how we describe the department. So these are the attributes in the department table. And we said that when we get to the faculty itself is another entity. So when we are entering values in this column, the values should be pulled from the faculty table. So we did a lookup. That's the essence of lookup. We are looking up the values from an existing table which already has those values. And by so doing, it naturally creates a relationship, and a relationship is one to many. Access intelligently gets the relationship right. One to many. So Access did it straight away, but Access cannot do many to many straight away like it has done this one. So let me explain how we do many to many relationship. If we go to our drawing board, let me try to fix it here. Okay. These tables, the courses and students are linked through many to many relationship. We cannot do the relationship direct like we do for one to many. So what we do is we put a table in between the two. We create a table, another table in between the two tables. This table, because it's sitting in between two tables, is referred to in database terminology as link table or join table or connected table. I mean, that's the idea. So normally it's maybe junction table, yeah. So when you are reading, you can find junction table, you can find link table, and all those things, because it's supposed to sit in between the two tables to help us create the many to many relationship. So what it's going to do is that it will create one to many relationship between this, and then create another one to many relationship between this, and then through this junction table, these tables are linked many to many. That's how we model many to many relationship. So this is how we'll do it. We will bring here, the primary key field will be course code. Let's say, yeah, we did course ID. We normally don't want to worry our actual columns. So we will make the system assign automatic numbers to us for the ID, and then we can have control over our course code. So we did course ID as the primary key field here, and here will be student ID, student. Here inside the actual table, this is the primary key. Primary key. When we are trying to link two tables, let's say we are trying to link students with the junction table. The junction table, you can give it a name that sounds, that makes it descriptive as a junction table. So what some people do, if they don't have any better name, they will just combine these two names. So they can call it course, maybe underscore students. So it's a junction table between these two tables. Course students, course underscore students. The primary key here, when we copy it here, so we have student. It's a foreigner in this table. This table will have its own ID. So it can be course student ID, or you can give a better ID. You can call it, let's say, yes, let's try to call it course student ID, something like that. It has its own primary key. Then we are copying the primary key of student table into this. When it comes here, it's a foreign key. So we have FK. Then we copy the primary key in the course table, which is course ID, also here. Course ID. When it comes here, it becomes a foreign key. I'm trying to take the opportunity to explain to you the concept of primary key and foreign key as the basis for table relationship. So these are the fields that we will link. We will link the primary key here to the foreign key, the same type of key here in this table, and here there's a foreign key. And then we will link this primary key to its foreign key here. One thing about keys, foreign key and primary key, is that the primary key here, if it is number, the data type is number, its foreign key equivalent should also be of the number data type. It can't be any other data type. It has to be number. Auto number is number. Okay, so all the things you've been doing, the primary key is a number. So the foreign key also has to be a number. And when you do the relationship through lookup, Access already copies the data type, because you will pull the values from the existing table, copy the data type of that table and embed it here. So you don't have any headache about whether the foreign key is of the same data type or not. I am saying this because we also have a manual way of building relationships. So if I have created these tables, I'll show you that. So now let's create the junction table. We know that we can model a direct relationship between courses and students. When we finish, we'll also talk about courses and department, because they have some good relationship. We can't do that, so we have to create a junction table to help us do that relationship. Let me go to design view, call this one course table. A course student, course underscore student as the name of that junction table. And let me call the primary key field of this junction table, let me call it maybe CSID, course student ID. We will not really need that name for anything. The database will actually use it, so we'll use the actual field names. And then we will have to bring the primary keys of the tables we are trying to link. We'll have to bring them here, representation of them here. When they come here as representation, they become foreign keys. So inside the course table, we have course ID. So type the same name, the name doesn't really matter. You can just type it course or course ID. So to make it sound more natural, we'll call it course. And then we can call the student. The name doesn't matter. It is the number, the data type that links the primary and the foreign key that matters. So even though we are removing the ID to simply call this course, the course ID in the course table and this course that we have brought here, which will serve as the basis of relationship between the two, should be of the same data type. Same thing applies here. And it was number. So in the olden days, you would have picked number here. And then you will go and then do your manual relationship. Let's write one of them. So let me choose number. So I won't do lookup. Lookup would have done the relationship for us straight away, and you saw it. I'll do number. So I'll go and do manual relationship building for you to see how it is done. And then here, I'll do lookup. So I'm looking up the values from the student table. So I choose student. I go to next. And then the field that I am pulling the values from is the student ID. That is all. And I said that the student and this student we have put here, they are linked by numbers that the Access database engine automatically assigns 1, 2, 3. When you are using those numbers, it will be hard for you to remember that, oh, this student has an ID of primary key ID of 1, this one has 100, this one has this. It will be hard for you to do that, even though it is not, that is the easiest for the computer. The computer likes numbers. We don't like numbers. So you can pull the index number along. Okay? You can put the index number along. So you can even hide the student. The database uses that. Then you use the index numbers because they are unique to do that. Sometimes if you don't have a unique field like index number, you can pull first and second name as a guide, so you can know, okay, this one is for this particular person. I will show you how it works. So I've pulled 2 fields, and then let's go next. So we have this. Yes, and because I pulled the index number along, that is what is friendly to me as human. So the system automatically hides the key fields that it will use to build the linking. Okay, so you see it is 1, 2, because we have just 2 records. If I had not brought the index number along, it means I'll be left with these 1s and 2s. And how can I know that Veronica is 1 and this one is 100, this one is 50? That will be hard. But I can know, oh, this person's index number is this, blah, blah, blah. That's more easier. We could have even pulled along maybe names along the index numbers so that you can be guided and do things more accurately. Okay, so we can always do this. Enable data integrity. Restrict delete. Restrict delete means that when I delete from one, it shouldn't necessarily delete the related records in the other table. Let's look at the 2 tables involved, courses and students. When a student is sacked, it doesn't mean the courses are sacked. So the students can leave, the courses still stand. So you cannot choose cascade delete. That will make it like when we delete a student record, the course that we related to that student should also be deleted from the course table. That will be bad. So we have to do restriction of that kind of thing. So we can do finish, and the relationship is created, but before it is affirmed, Access will always ask you this. The table must be saved before relationship can be created, and then we say yes. So that relationship is created through lookup, and we shouldn't worry ourselves about it. Normally Access gets it right, but you can go and view the kind of relationship that was created. It will be one to many. One from the student side to many on the linking table side, course table, the junction table side. So you can go and see it rightly. And here, and I can update. Okay, so I think I have only one here. So show all. Okay, so now you see the relationships. We said that there is a relationship between department and college, and that is one to many. So you are seeing it here. It also means that between faculty and college, we have many to many, which is built through two one to manys, and the department is serving as a junction table. And that makes sense. Department sits in between the college and the faculty. But that is not what I wanted to actually talk about. This is the one we just created. Courses, student, and the course student. This is the junction table, the course student. So it is one to many here. And then it is a link between student here. I just chose not to call this one also student, because the name really doesn't matter once you understand what you are doing. But the number between them. And this one has to be the number data type. This one also has to be the number data type. Now let me show you how we can do the same relationship building, but manually. You know that the relationship is always created between two fields. So when I drag, okay, so let me show the other tables. Let me show tables. Okay, so let me bring the other table, that is courses. Now we have students and the junction table. So let me bring courses here. When you right click on the relationship panel, the space, you get this dialog which gives you the opportunity to show all the tables that you can involve in the relationship you are building, or you show all relationships. So now I need table, so I can drag the course, or I can click on it and just say add. Apart from that, I can drag it from here. Okay, so let's click and add. So click, yes, you can click on it and say add, or you can double click. That's how it works. So I've double clicked, and then I have the courses brought here for relationship building. The relationship between this course table and the course student table is actually made possible between the primary key here, the primary key course ID here, and the foreign key course here. So I can drop this one on this one. Make sure you drop it on the right column name. So I'm dropping course on course ID. Once you finish the dropping, the edit relationship dialog box will come. And you can see from here that the relationship type is one to many. And then you can have the option of enforcing referential integrity, which you can say cascade delete related records, cascade update related records, blah blah blah. Then you can finish your relationship by clicking create. Now let's read what Access is saying. The database engine could not lock table course student because it is already in use. This is one thing you have to be aware of. Otherwise, you will blame yourself as if Access doesn't like you. If you are creating relationship between two tables, the two tables should be closed. If they are open, this is the feedback you will get. So let me close this. Now let me go and close any of the tables that is involved in this relationship that is opened. It is this course student. So I am going to right click and say close. And now I can come back and do the same thing. Drag this and drop it on course ID. And the same thing comes back again. And then I can now do create. And then you see the relationship is created. One from the course side linking to many. And then through this junction table, we have many to many relationship. So through this window, you understand how you can manually create relationships and how you can use the lookup wizard to do the relationship creation. Any questions so far? Any questions? Hello class, are you sleeping?
No, please.
But you don't have questions. That's why you are silent. That means everything is understood, right?
Sir, please, I have a question.
Okay. Is it Dora? Or
No,
is
Liz.
Lisbeth? Yeah, Lizzie.
Sir, looking at the diagram, what's the relationship between the faculty and then the college, or they don't have any relationship?
Faculty and college.
Yes.
They have a relationship through the department. See, so I can put them here for you to see. So you see that the department is sitting in between faculty and college. Can you see that?
Yes, please.
Yes. And by this arrangement, there is a many-to-many relationship between faculty and college. Let's try to rationalize it. One, if it is many-to-many, it means that if you pick one faculty can be linked with how many colleges? A faculty, you can take your school. School of Business, School of Medical Sciences, School of that, they are the faculties. Any one faculty is linked with one college, right? Yes, that's what it is. But if you look at it through this, it doesn't make sense, so it's one-to-one. But actually, we didn't look at it by trying to build a relationship between faculty. If that is the case, let's try to reassess the relationship between faculty and college only. Let's take the department out. Faculty, like School of Business. So if School of Business is here, and we want to know which college, one faculty can belong to only one college, right? School of Business cannot belong to Faculty of Medical Sciences and still belong to faculty, yeah. So from faculty to here, it will be one-to-one, right?
Yes.
It will be one-to-one. And then now let's look at from college. One college can link up. One college like College of Humanities and Legal Studies can be linked with how many records here? One or more. So College of Humanities and Legal Studies can be linked with School of Business. It can be linked with School of Law. It can be linked with, I think IDS is even part of it. School of it can be linked with Social Sciences. It can be linked with School for Development Studies. So it will be one-to-many here. And the first one was one-to-one, so it ended up being one-to-many. So a direct relationship between faculty and college will be one-to-many. Will be one-to-many.
Okay.
Yeah. But we didn't intend to. But you can build that relationship. We can build it right now. What we have to do is that we have to now think between these two tables where we want to place the foreign key. That also brings us to the concept of parent table and child table, before I forget. So at some time, the assessment of where to place the foreign key, it's a common sense thing. It's not law, which like it has to be only one way of doing it. If I am feeding the faculty table, for example, I'm typing all my faculties. Is that where I will want to know, okay, this faculty I have typed, which college is it linked with? Or when I'm feeding my college table, typing all my colleges, that's where when I type a college, I want to know the faculty it belongs. Normally it's like the faculty is a subset of the college. So when I'm typing my faculty, then I want to know which college that faculty belongs to. So from that common sense assessment, I will prefer to put the foreign key in the faculty table. So I'll do a copy of the college ID and bring same here as the foreign key. So when I go to the faculty table, let me open it in design view. I'll just add a field here and say college. And then college, I'll do a lookup and look up the values from the college table. So this is college. And then actually the database needs the IDs, but you can pull the college name along so that it will serve your purpose as a human user. So I pull all of them here, I go here, and then I go to next. Because I pull all of them, Access understands that as a human user, I don't need the keys. That is for the computer. So he will bring me college names because that's what I will use to assign the colleges to the faculties. So I go to next, I enable data integrity, I go to finish. Table must be saved, yes. Now if I go back to the relationship panel and then I do, sometimes when you do like that it will not reflect, so you can right click and say show all. You will now see the newly created relationship. Let me make you see it well. Okay, so this is one from the college to many, because college, like College of Humanities and Legal Studies, it is linked with many faculties: School of Business, School of Law, School for Development Studies, Faculty of Social Sciences. That's how come it is one here to many here. Lizzie?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now your question has made us assess the relationship between faculty and college, and we have created that relationship. Are you okay?
Yes, please.
Okay. And class, are you all okay with how we create many-to-many relationship through a junction or link table? That's the one we did between student and course. Are you all okay with that?
Yes, sir.
Hey, is it only Lizzie?
Yes, sir.
Lizzie, are you the only person in class now?
Yes, sir.
Hey, let me see.
Yes, sir.
32 people and only the
Yes,
Lizzie
sir.
responds.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, so that's great. Okay, so with the tables we have created so far, let's try to see which ones that we have not done any relationship for, and actually there is a relationship that we need to do. We just did student and course. You can do course and department because they share very important relationship, isn't it? So that when we do a query, we want to do, okay, this department, what are the courses they run? And if you don't do a relationship between the two tables, we cannot do that query. We cannot do that reporting from the table, from the database. So it makes sense that we can build a relationship between courses and department. So I want, the first one was done by Dora, a female. I want a male to balance the equation this time around. So males, someone should guarantee or volunteer to assess the relationship between department and courses, yes, and the cardinalities involved, whether it is one to one, one to many, or many to many. Who wants to volunteer? You can mention your name, I'll just make you have it. 2 marks is radio for dashing from me, free. Dora now has 2 marks. So he has 38 to fight for the continuous assessment to get 40-40. If you want 2 marks, you can mention your name and I give you the chance to answer for 2 marks. Nobody wants the 2 marks. Okay, the guys, nobody is responding. So it's open to everybody. Ladies and gentlemen.
Sir, please, which relation are you based?
I'm talking about the relationship between department and courses because they bear some important relationship. That is, at many points in time, we may want to know, okay, for each department, these are the courses that are under that department. These are the courses they run. That means that we have to do a linking between the courses and the department table so we can do that kind of report building. So if you are to do a relationship between department and courses, what is the type of relationship or what is the cardinality? Is it 1-to-1, 1-to-many, many-to-many? And then you have to explain.
One.
Let me have your name
I
first.
think 1 to many.
Who is playing the music?
Please, James.
Please mute your mic, I beg. So, James, are you the one answering the question?
Yes.
The one who is attempting. Is it James?
Yes, please.
James, give me your index number. There could be multiple James in the class. Give me your index number. I think the index number is better. Oh, wait first. Maybe you wouldn't be able to get it right. Wait, when you get it right, then I will take your index number and give you the 2 marks. So you have the floor. We are waiting for you. Explain to us the type of relationship between...
Oh, sir, please, I'm trying. 1-to-many.
1-to-many, okay. Explain to us
Oh,
how
sir,
it is.
1-to-many relationship.
Explain why it is 1-to-many.
Okay, sir, for instance, Department of Accounting. Sir, a department can have many courses under it. A course can be like under the control of one department, like computer application, for instance, belongs to only one department. But that department, the Department of Accounting, has many courses like financial reporting.
I think you are right. That's correct. So you have the 2 marks. Give me your index number.
Please, SB ACC 180158.
0158. Okay, that's good. You have 2 marks.
Yes, please.
So this is what he said.
Thank you, sir.
If we have course table here, we have department table
Sir,
here.
please, I have a question.
Let me hear your question. The name first.
Dora.
Dora.
Sir,
You don't agree with him, eh?
Yes, please.
Okay.
In a way.
James, wait a minute. You don't have the 2 marks yet.
So when we take a course like F101,
Okay.
it was studied by both like accounting department and other department like finance department. So how about that one?
Okay, I get you. But that course is not, it doesn't belong to the Department of Accounting.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but what you said is bringing some interesting thing into the equation. It's good you asked that question. Why it is good to bring that thing in is that in your design, you have to be as open-minded as possible so that the database doesn't get restricted along the line. So that is a possibility, right? Which needs to be factored in. Yeah, which needs to be factored in. So if the idea is that, oh, okay, for our department, the information we want to generate is not just the courses that our department run, but the courses that our students read. Dora, are you getting what I'm saying? And that is
Yes, sir.
that's a very beautiful thing because we can't afford to lose data on the courses that our students read. We cannot have only the courses that we run. How about the courses that we don't run but our students read, like you said, economics, and even liberal courses that can come from physical sciences and other places. It will be good idea for information purposes to comprehensively have a means of generating all the courses that our students can read or read, not just the courses we offer. So I think that is better because when we do it like that, we can have the courses that we offer plus the courses that we don't offer but our students read them. That is more open. So James still has the 2 marks because the original idea, I was even thinking the same as James was thinking, that we are concentrating on our department as if our department is the only one in the university and our students read only our department courses. That was the idea, and it was a little bit faulty. So for you to bring that question, that thinking and that question on board, Dora, you have additional 1 mark. That question alone.
Okay,
Yeah. So do +1. +1. What are you saying, students? But maybe you're ready. I can distribute all the 40 through this thing. So you have to prepare. You see, sometimes, let me tell you what is happening. The question Dora asked, it tells me 2 things. Dora is following the course. He is trying to build some good interest for the course. That's the basis to do well in the course. Apart from that, Dora also has the willingness to participate in class. Most of you have the knowledge. Possibly you've been reading even more than Dora. And I know most of you already know of the question that Dora asked. But the second thing was missing, your preparedness or your willingness to contribute in class. You keep things you know to yourself. You keep things you don't know to yourself. You have to share the 2. Share the things you don't know with us so you can know. Share the things you know with us so those who don't know can know. That's the essence of what we are doing. So if you don't believe in what I'm just saying, that concept, you get yourself punished. That's why I'm distributing the marks. I can get all the 40 distributed. So if you want me to dash you some, you also dash me some nice responses in class. Some nice questions like Dora asked. And some nice contribution, nice answers to questions. When you do that, it's a world of exchange. I cannot give you the marks unless you bring something. And that's what I need from you. That's what I need you to bring. Okay, so that's okay. So what Dora said, I think we have to be going by what Dora said. So when we say courses, no, let's wait a minute. James is still right, and Dora is also still right. So we don't need to do any modification. What James said works for the question that Dora asked. It works for it as well. So this is what we'll be doing. Inside the courses, you can pull all the university courses here, and it will not be too difficult to do that. Because we already have the courses in the department, so you can just pull them. So ACC 204 Echo, let's say 204 whatever it is, MGT whatever from management. So all the courses, not even only in the business school, all the courses, if you like, the whole university, and that information is not difficult to get. And then here you already have all the departments. It means that you have to go beyond just the departments in the school to now build all the departments in the university. And you can get that data from all the departments. You put them here, so that when you link them you can always select maybe Department of Accounting, and then the database would already link this department with the courses. It means also that you can also know, if you pick Department of Economics, you can know the courses in the courses table that links with department. And any course that is linked in this courses table to Department of Economics is the courses that economics run. If you like, you may not do it so wide. You can concentrate on the courses that we are interested in. For example, even the department, you can concentrate on the departments that do business with us, like economics. So if we put, for example, accounting department, here, that's our department. We put economics. We also borrow some courses from HR. No, management, right? So management department. And let's say HR too, maybe we take some courses. We also take some courses from finance. So the departments of interest, we will populate them in our department table. Not only our department, populate all of them here. Then the courses are the courses that our students read. And then they will be assigned to the departments that are providing it here. So ACC 204 is linked with Department of Accounting. ECHO 204, for example, is linked with economics. MGT whatever is linked with management. ACC 202 is linked with Department of Accounting. So this is how the relationship will be built. So when we do a query, we can know at any point in time, we can know all the courses that our students read, both from us and those from outside. We can also selectively know the courses that come from which departments. That will be more comprehensive. So that's how we may want to model it to get the best of the situation. In that case, let's look at the relationship type, whether it's still one to many, as James said. When we take one course.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Please, when there was asking question, my network went off. I use Glow here.
Oh, okay.
Like the network is.
Okay, sorry. So you didn't hear what I said, right? Is that what you mean?
Yes, please.
Okay. I'll plead with you to give me a private conversation. You can call me on phone later, or you can send me a message. So
Okay,
I can proceed. So the relationship, when we take one record here, which is this course, for example, this is a 204. How many records is this one record likely to be linked with in the department table? This course can only belong to one department. ACC 204 cannot belong to accounting department and belong to economics and belong to management. It can only belong to one department. So it is 1-to-1. From course to department. Now let's do from department to course. When we take one record here, which is one department, like accounting, how many records is this one record here likely to be linked with in the courses table? Just accounting department can be linked with many courses. This accounting department is linked with this course. It is linked with ACC 202. It is linked with accounting has many courses. ACC 30 something, ACC 40 something, blah 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 blah. It can be linked with all of them. So you see that one record in the department table, so one here, is linked with many in the courses table, and then the sum of these two relationships give us one to many. So James is right, and Dora too is right with her question. At least her question has helped us to bring in other things that we could have forgotten about. Any questions? Any questions? Okay. It's good to be dealing with intelligent students. They don't worry you so much. They always understand.
Yeah, I have a question.
You have a question?
Yes. So,
What's the
sir,
name?
please.
Is it Dora or Lisbeth?
No, this is Elizabeth.
Yeah, Lizzie.
So in this instance, which do we go for? Is it the one to many or the many to many?
When you finish, when you do here to here and you do here to here, the bigger number supersedes the smaller one. So when you have one is 1 to 1 and the second one is 1 to many, then the ultimate relationship is 1 to many. Are you okay, Lizzie?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. And when you have maybe from left to right, from course to, I'm just using it as an example, from course to department, let's say it was 1 to many, and then from department to course, that one too is 1 to many. 2 1 to manys give us many to many. You have to note these things. Someone has his microphone on. Please mute it for me. Are you okay? Yes.
Then my question is in line with, let me say, in exam or in practicals, we are supposed to relate these two tables. Are we then going in for the one to many or what Dora said, which can be many to many as well?
What Dora said, we have explained it. It will not yield many to many. I have factored what Dora said into what we have on the board now, and it still breeds one to many relationship. From the course to the department will be 1 to 1. And then from the department to the course will be 1 to many. Then ultimately we have 1 to many. Are you okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Someone is disturbing us. Okay, so if we don't have other questions, I will want us to pause here. So we continue another time. Today we have tried to look at, but we continue with our table design, and we have looked at table relationships, 3 of them, 1 to 1. We have explained what it is and situations that can give rise to 1 to 1. We have looked at 1 to many, explained it, and we have looked at situations that can give rise to 1 to many. And we have also looked at many to many. For all the 3 types, in fact for the 2 types, the main 2 types, 1 to many and many to many, we have demonstrated practically how the relationship is built in Access. We demonstrated the relationship building from 2 main perspectives, through the lookup perspective and also dragging and dropping the linking columns or fields, which is, you can call it the manual way of doing it. We have looked at both of them. You have to be experimenting with them to get them onto your fingertips. Okay, so that's what we have tried doing. What you can continue doing is that you can build the remaining entities, describe the entities in terms of the attributes, but you have to be guided by normalization principles. We have explained that one over and over. I've given you all the materials on them. And before I forget, I updated your platform with additional information on the normalization. I added videos to the text I had earlier given you. The videos I myself recorded, plus some other videos I got from other people that I think also will be beneficial. So you can go and get yourself updated over there. When I finish with it, I'll try to it's already been recorded. I'll get it in good shape and upload it for your use. Thank you very much for your attention, and tell your friends please that classes are in full session. Today numbers in class not encouraging, 32 out of 100 and almost 190. After this week, yes, next week you will take most of your colleagues are what?
Yeah.
Aku. You said most of your colleagues
So
have done well.
they didn't get the information, and we don't know the days too and the time range too. We don't know. So some of us, when we get online, we just see it, and sometimes some people are not. They don't have data and all that. So please, we
Okay,
want to know the
no
time
problem.
and the days.
Yeah, so let's discuss it here. In fact, about the time, I have not specified any because we are not dealing with any strict timetable. So it can be a little bit flexible between us. Yesterday we did it early in the morning. Today in the morning I had a meeting, exam question moderation meeting, and your questions are part. So it means your questions are already set, ready for you to come and write. That's why we all have to take this exercise seriously. So forgive me about the miscommunication or the delay in the communication because of the meeting. So always, let's think about it this way. And this one is online. Most of you are using your phones. And I know most of you are not too busy, like you have to go and work and find money to go and feed your children and your parents. That's not what you are doing home. So you are free to some good extent for learning. So always make yourself available. And always do well. If you get information, try to let other people know. Yes. So let's make it this way. Throughout the day, we can have the lecture. Throughout the day, anytime. Throughout the week. So what I'll try to do is that I will try my best to communicate the time and the date at least one day. Forgive me for today. The reason why it happened like that today was yesterday I gave the task to the course rep to dialogue with you and come up with your time, only to realize that the time will not be friendly. He gave me 7:30, by which time I'll be home. When I'm teaching, you'll be hearing children crying, quay. That will be unprofessional. So it means I had to do it here in the office. That means I have to start 3 and close at about 5:30 and go home. So from tomorrow we don't have a meeting. So we can do it early in the morning. Tomorrow, let's make ourselves ready between 8:30 and tomorrow let's make it in the afternoon, because there is another meeting it's actually a PhD proposal defense, and it's compulsory. I'm supposed to be part of that meeting. It's an online meeting. It starts from 8:30 to 12:30. So when we are done with that, I can continue the lecture with you. So if I'll be occupied from morning till 12:30, I'll be free from 12:30 onwards. So which time would you like us to fix it? Not in the evening, maybe from 12:31 up to something. Which time would you want us to start?
Sir, please, will you be busy in the evening? Because most of us are free in the evenings.
In the evening, my wife will be expecting me to be home. And sometimes it doesn't take any excuse I'll provide.
Say 3.
Okay, just like we started today. So let's make it 3. 3 will be friendly for all of us.
Yeah, please, some of us will be cooking.
So we all have our problems, though.
Oh, sir, please, 3 dear. Some of us will be cooking. At least like 6, please. Sir, 3, some of us cooking. We are the only females in the house, please.
Francisca, maybe I'll be paid you any.
Oh, sir, that'll be over. Sir, it's true. I'm the only female in the house.
Okay, so okay. Benjamin, are you contributing or you are doing your own thing?
Say no, I'm saying some of us to join in participating in the exam.
But are you Benjamin Samson? The name that is the thing is coming from Benjamin Samson, but the voice is like a female's voice.
I've joined him. I'm in the same plan. My phone I've gotten also.
Okay, you are using the same device. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So what do we do? So those who will be cooking, can't you shift your cooking a little bit?
No, sir.
Cook with one all the time.
So can we start one?
Yeah. Maybe like from 1 to like maybe
One
3
to
or 2
3.
something.
Yeah, 1
Or
to
like
2
1.
something up to 3 maximum.
One tutorials from 12 to 2:30.
So let's fix it. Let's say 12:31. Yes. Nancy.
Suggestion.
Okay.
We can have a start time and an end time too. So maybe we start maybe 1 and end 3, or maybe 2 and end 4, so that everyone will know what to do.
Okay, that's good. So others have issues with the 3 because that's when they start cooking.
Yeah.
And that's a genuine concern. So I'm thinking that 1 will do. Maybe 1 to 2:30.
No, sir, the one not do.
No, sir.
What will we be doing at 1?
You is not favorable.
Sir, we also have some online tutorials at work.
Which online tutorials?
For the 3.
You go and negotiate with the tutorial organizer.
Sir, I think the 3
Sometimes tutorials from 12 to 2:30.
they will have the recorded version of it. Something.
Okay, so someone is suggesting that those who will be cooking, you can get the same lecture by watching the videos. I'll be uploading the videos.
Yes.
Okay, so let's do it.
You'll be marking register. So what about the attendance? You were like you check. So those of us who won't be available.
Okay, Francisca, I share your concern. So I know that you will be absent. Nobody apart from you has spoken about that challenge. So if only you are absent, I know you have a genuine reason. But any other person apart from you.
God bless you.
Okay. So I think we are in consensus now. So 3.
Yes, please.
Okay. So thank you very much for your attention. Yeah.
Sir.
Yeah. I'm listening.
Please, are you going to meet every day?
It may not be every day, but it will be most of the days in the week, so that we can finish early, and then I can help you with some tutorials for you to get your content right, so that when you come to campus, you wouldn't struggle so much. So we will be doing it most of the days, if not all the days.
So we didn't hear you.
What I'm saying is that to get you well prepared for the exam that you'll be doing, we will be doing most of the days, if not all the days. Are you okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So thank you very much. This is where we end the lecture.
Thank you very much.
We will meet tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.